Hello. So I've been thinking about doing this video for a couple of days now, and this is overall a video I just want to make because like I want to make this video to somehow maybe even reach out to people that can relate to me, or even just entirely just fucking like possibly make some big change here because I know there's been some cases in the past where kids have posted their stress online and talked about problems with school and just overall the system of it. And now I kind of want to be a part of that group as well and possibly talk about my problems. I usually don't talk about my personal problems on here because I don't like talking about my personal issues with my own life online because overall it can also screw you over and it's just overall just not a good idea. But I figured with this, I'm making an exception because lots of people have done it already before. So yeah, this is just a new thing I'm doing. This is like a one time and a one time thing only that I'm doing. This is going to be a raw and unedited, uncut video. Because it's all going to be taken in one take. There's going to be no splicing or anything. This is all going to be one go. Uh, so if you want to listen to me yap for the next hour and a half, probably, get your popcorn, enjoy yourself, and just have some fun while watching me complain. Okay, so I wrote a document and a timeline to discuss my issues because obviously I'm not gonna remember all the shit on the top of my head. So I wrote a document. Let me close this back here real quick. I wrote a document, like a timeline and some like honorable mentions, and I even included some pictures of the people who pick on me and all that stuff. Which obviously I'm not gonna show their faces. I blurred their faces out. But it's just all these things I want to go over. If I can actually open my fucking Google and I can actually load and actually can not click on random shit, that'd be great. So let me open this here. Get my water because I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that here. Okay, so okay, you guys can see that. All right, good. So these are all the notes, things that I have, and even the pictures of people that pick on me, and overall the people who I'm just gonna be going over who are complete degenerates. Obviously, these photos mean nothing so far, so I'm going to be getting into some other things. Obviously, like the kids who weren't really major to my main issues and like what caused my brain to like function this way and all that other shit. I didn't put them in here, even though there's lots of instances where I can include their face, but like I want to include like the ones that are actually major and the ones that truthfully matter that although it can that just changed me mentally over like the course like the last 4 years or so. Okay, notes, opening examinations. How this affects me. The reason why this affects me because of all my mental handicaps that I have, it makes it hard for me to like keep my composure together because I have MDD, major depressive disorder, autism spectrum disorder, ADHD, and I got diagnosed with anxiety literally just a few months ago, like bad anxiety about some things. And overall, like all this just affects me up to now because I'm not the only one who feels this way because there's been lots of cases where people have been through some shit like years later and all this stuff and like bullying still affects them like people up into their own fucking 40s and 50s can still affect them. So anyway, but back to me. How this affects me, the reason why it's just like every itty bitty thing, like I said, but from my mental handicaps, it can just put a fucking toll on me, like a lot easier than it can with some other regular functioning people. Because since I'm on the spectrum, it can make me feel, it can make my emotions just like a lot wonk and like as you guys can tell, like I have trouble explaining things, this video is going to be kind of a shitty explanation because I have problems like speaking and fully elaborating on things. But just bear with me. What has it done to me over the years? So what this has done to me over like the course like the last 5 years or so, So like the little like incidents like can just bother me, and like it's like a fucking water bottle, right? And here's an analogy I came up with. It's like a water bottle, and let's say the water inside the so-called water bottle is my energy and mental stability. Every time I take a sip, and for reference, the sip is going to be someone doing shit to me, even if it's like a minor small thing. Um, it just fully drains me in some sort of way. It's just every time someone takes that sip out of me, a little bit goes away, and this is how much I have left to keep going. I left that there just for the analogy. Like I hardly have any like suspense and like just fucking willpower to keep going. But obviously, I've been trying to talk to my parents about how I can actually like cope with these things and possibly even like have some new openings for me, which we're gonna get to later, and all that other shit. So, do I like more of my friends and more detail later on that? Do I like most of my friends? Like I try to, but the thing is, like most, I'm gonna go in more detail on this later. Yes, most of the friends that I have now, overall, like there's just one issue with them that can always like affect the relationship, and like they overall just do some stupid shit like when I'm not looking, or they just do other stupid shit to other people when I'm not looking, and I just try and stay away from that. Either that, or they like do drugs, or they're overall just like very awkward. And they don't know how to they don't know how to conversate. Um, because I have a kid, for an example, at my lunch table who does not know how to talk at all, and like he gets on his phone, which is like a main issue with this world today. Which no, I'm not a Gen Zer entering my boomer phase. Don't worry. But I just find it very fucking annoying that like when I try and talk to people, people just go on their phones and people don't know how to fucking properly socialize, and that's one main issue that's happening around the globe. With some other shit. I don't want to get political, but it is a main issue that happens a lot in the United States and just around the world in general. Because tech is ruining the attention span of most people, because people don't know how to manage like their fucking their visual time, like looking at screen time, like no one knows how to manage that, and like don't know how to get off, or like when something affects them or other shit. Like people don't know how to just like walk away from even the most basic things and all that shit. But I try and like most of my friends, mainly because like I try and stick with them, but it's hard to when like some of them are petty or just dramatic about certain things, and like and just so much other shit that I won't be able to get into because I'll be sitting here for 2.5 hours just explaining this one right here probably. But since it's like one long thing, I'm not gonna get into it. Okay. The teachers don't care. Well, this mainly just applies to my high school so far, my high school experience so far. I realize that the teachers are way too fucking laid back about everything, and to the point where they just like do not care about anything that goes on. Like my science teacher doesn't care about when kids insult each other. Um, and there's just like overall a bunch of other shit that happens throughout like the entire building, to like where the teachers just don't care. Ugh, dude, the teachers are bad this year. The teachers are terrible when it comes to like caring about other things. This post is gonna affect my IRL friendships, relationships slash friendships. Now I've been like this one says right here, which we're gonna get to in a minute. My therapist is gonna review this video before I upload it. Um, because like before this video gets launched, my therapist is gonna watch this entire like long and unedited video, and like she's just gonna review it, which I'll talk about this more in a second. But anyway, back to this. Back to this. Back to this. I don't know why it moved, but this post is gonna affect my IRL friendships. Uh, from what I realize, like even like the current friends I have, like lots of kids bitch about certain things, and how he well not he but lots of my friends just don't like any criticism, or like some kids will just take everything way too literally, and then like sometimes they'll even use it against other people, like including me. Like for an example, like some other stupid shit that kids will say and do from like years ago will still get used against them. So years from now, like from the stuff that I'm saying right now, this is going to be used against me within the next 3 years, like without my entire high school career. Um, because people will get so angry and triggered, like when I mention them, like when they pick on me, and then when I go around explaining to them, because like, oh, you're snitching on them, you're being pathetic, or whatever. And like even like my friends do that, and like they still say stupid shit, and people who are not even my friends, and it's a lot of detail into that. Anyway, and on to this. My therapist is going to review this video before I post it. So she is going to point out like what I'll say in this video, and I guarantee like she's probably gonna tell me to probably cut the part out where I say my principal shit. I guarantee like she's gonna make me cut that part out. I already know. Excuse me. But I guarantee like she's just gonna cut that part out like almost instantly, because because like she doesn't want me to get in any trouble and all that other stuff. But she's just gonna review that. She's just gonna review the video, and what she's also gonna do is that she's gonna give me some criticism on like if I should edit some things out, and possibly even some more from possibly even some more. I'm not exactly sure yet, but like when I send this video to her, she's gonna look at it, which I'm also gonna get into here soon. I've been getting help for the last few years by lots of professionals. One of them was shit. Maybe I'll talk about her later. But one of them was shit. She left me and she just abandoned her job. And she was just not good at her job. Like she yelled at me all the time. Like this one other therapist I had, she was not a fucking therapist. She was dog shit. If I could go back in time, I wish I could tell my parents sooner to get the one I'm with now. I really fucking do. But anyway, my therapist is gonna review this video when I post it. You guys know all that. Okay, school issues timeline in detail. Now the first few years until I get up to like middle school right here, which we're gonna go over here soon. Most of the shit that has happened, like before middle school, didn't affect me too much, but like it was like the start of the sipping of the water bottle by the kids, like just draining me of some sort, because like because obviously when you're younger, like it's just a natural thing to like not register things well in your mind and just like to go through them. So like the littlest of things would still affect me, because like I wasn't used to that like at my old school. Like my old school was very strict, which again like that also we're gonna get into here later. Like my old school was very, very strict. Like if you told someone to shut up even jokingly, you lost recess. That's how strict it was. Like one time I raised up my fist in anger at someone, I lost recess for the rest of the week. And also it was a Catholic school also, and I obviously I'm not religious. Obviously because like, look at me, dude. Like I don't have fucking crosses hanging around my room and none of that shit, right? Like I'm not religious. Like my parents just put me in that school for some reason that I don't know, even years later. But yeah, but like my Catholic school like kind of like raised us to be this perfectionate human being, and they even blocked us from the outside world about like what goes on in the outside world. Like they kind of like shielded our eyes and just made us like fucking like brainwash, pretty much, in my opinion. But yeah. So on to this now. Mid third grade, I left my old school to transfer to my current school, and said goodbye to all my friends there, and I had a connection to for years. Now my parents have criticized me for like my parents don't really understand why I feel so sad about it, because like my parents reference to me, which they're correct about this, but they have also told me that like I never really hung out with them outside of school. But like, the thing is, I still had connections with them, and I was always around them, and I had laughs with them. I had fun. I played board games with them at recess, and like I was with the same group for years. And because like it wasn't like an actual school, it was like one building you would stay in like as a class, like in your grade. and like you would stay in there and you would learn all the same subjects in the same room. So I would stay there and learn with them, and like I would have fun. I would just hang out with lots of people, and it broke me when I left. Like I felt depressed later on when I was heading into fourth grade and all that shit. Which that's another detail we're getting into later. But it's just overall like a lot of stuff that I went through. That's just like because all like the current things that are happening to me right now is like the nail in the coffin. That's why I'm just gonna fuck it. I'm just gonna make this into a video because some people can relate to me, and I'm hoping this video can possibly go viral and make some change. But yeah, March 22nd, 2018 is when I moved into my current school. Joining new groups of people and trying to be a leader and help people. I told on people for dumb shit. So, like I said earlier, excuse me, like for some of the stuff that we did in our old school, my Catholic school, like the littlest of things would get us in trouble. So, we were all used to like looking out for each other, kind of, and like we all told on each other, like to sort of help each other out to not get us in trouble and like to punish ourselves and like the teacher yelled at us and say, hey, don't do this, don't do that. I was used to that mindset and mentality because that's what I dealt with for 5 years from preschool all the way up to third grade, and it's just like, and then like a month later, everyone started hating me, and I was now all alone trying to stand out in some ways. I didn't realize certain things because, like I said, because my old school was so strict from small reasons. It was a Catholic school. And then at that time, like I said, since I was younger, like I didn't understand like the thinking process. Like I thought that like this was just like my life now. This is what I'm gonna deal with for the next fucking until I graduate, which I'm right. Years later, I'm still going through the shit that I go through now. It's still affecting me years later, and stupid shit's still happening right now with me. But I don't want to turn this into like a oh poor me. Like I said at the beginning, like don't only main reason why I'm making this fucking video is to relate to some people and possibly make some big change with this video going forward. Like maybe it'll go viral on the internet, maybe because some of my videos had gone viral already, like semi-viral. But I'm hoping that this video can just like reach a audience of people that can relate to me and possibly come out and talk about their issues and possibly even affect schools around this country. Like people, like schools can look at this video and be like, "Hey, maybe public schools are shit." But who knows? But like I'm just making like one big shot at this. So who knows how this is gonna affect me? I already know that this is gonna fuck me over in high school. For the next 3 years, like I said, but it's just gonna be a lot of shit that's just gonna screw me over. But anyway, thoughts of suicide and self-harm I went through because, like I said, my younger brain didn't understand lots of stuff because, like, I'm so used to being, like, around this, like, I was so used to being around, like, this environment of sunshines and fucking gumballs and rainbows, like, I was at my Catholic school, like, everyone was good, because, like, a private school, which is a Catholic school, I mean, it's probably the same thing, but, like, it was very different. Like, the environment was way different. There was no degeneracy, no bullying, none of that shit. Like, I'm not even kidding. There was a kid who flipped the middle finger at someone like this at the one of the teachers. He got expelled for that. That's how strict it was. In a public school, they'd be like, no, stop that right now, stop it. But that's what they would do at public schools compared, like, that's how strict it was. I mean, like, it's just pretty much so much bullshit, like, combined. But anyway, thoughts of suicide and self-harm. I wrote a note about my suicide that I wanted to act on. I threw the note away like 2 minutes after for a reason I don't remember. Probably for this reason. Probably because, like, I know that, like, it wasn't worth it. I didn't want to commit suicide because I was so young and all that shit. And all that other stuff. Because, like, I already knew heading into a public school, like since I have unrestricted access to the internet, which I still do now, I grew up with unrestricted access to the internet, and I've seen like so many news reports. So I already knew ahead of time, like even like first grade, I saw new reports on my iPad, watching them on YouTube, saying how public schools are bad and just like how how they're shit, and like watching like news reports of the bullying that goes on there. So I already knew ahead of time that public school was gonna be a nightmare heading into um, the school on I'm at now, and I was correct. I'm just gonna say this right now. Oh, I'm still on this. I'm still on this right here, but no, not a big deal. Please keep, please keep your fucking kids. Either homeschool them or send them to private school. Public schools are shit. Now I don't like getting political, but in every aspect, they are shit. They don't care about your kids, and teachers. Some of the teachers are like just do not care about their jobs. I guarantee you are better off caring about your kid at home, like homeschooling them, than they are even sending them to school at all, even a private school, in my opinion. Which I'm not having kids ever, probably. I've referenced that in my videos a few times jokingly, but like I'm being dead serious. I'm not having kids. But it's just like dude, no. Just keep your kids homeschooled or send them to a private school, please. Save yourself. Like if you're an adult watching this video, think about having kids. Send your kids to a fucking. I know, like I'm 15 years old, which is quite ironic too. Send your kids to a fucking private school or homeschool them, please. Like, save yourself, please. Anyway, but I threw them. I actually just forgot that like I was on this, like on scene 2, like it says my OBS right here, but I accidentally left this down here. So yeah, you guys can see that for like the last thing. So here's the timeline. If you guys can see that. Mid third grade, March, April. Now we're right here. But yeah, like it was probably like the reason why I threw away the notes, because like I realized that like no, I'm too young. It's not worth it. But I still had that feeling. Like I felt like I was not loved by anybody in the building. This is my life now. Like I said, I felt like this this is pretty much my life until I graduate, which I'm correct about that. Until the next 3 years, which like I said, this video is gonna fuck me over royally with every single relationship I've ever had. But I'm done. Like I'm done with everything. I figured I would just make this into a video for reasons I've explained like 3-4 times already within like the last fucking like what 30 minutes about so. But like the bullying was already bad. I just it was something I never experienced. Like I never had to deal with in my Catholic school, and it was just overall just a very bad experience. And because like I said, like the Catholic school kind of just put us in a position that where like they didn't want us to face reality, and like they wanted us to just like be happy gumdrops and not deal with any other emotion than happiness, and like they shoved we constantly talk about religion and all that shit, which obviously I'm not religious. I mean, because like I said, look at me, dude. I mean, like, what? I mean, like look at my room. I mean, like, some of you guys have seen my videos already. I mean, like, look at my fucking room. I'm quirky as hell. I mean, like, no, just no. But like I felt like I was not loved by anybody in that building, like I said, because because within like the past few months, just about like heading into that school, I've experienced something that not many people have had to deal with like in a private school, including me. Like like some kids like were just like everyone was nice, and like there was no. And like people actually cared about you, and like everyone, and now it's just like now like when you enter public school, it's like you're gonna see visuals you've never seen before, which is what I experienced. But yeah, that's what I deal with for the remainder of the year. Until well, not until, I'm not saying it like ended, because it still hasn't ended like years later, because I'm in 9th grade now. I started high school this year, but anyway. Key, you cleaning yourself, bud? Anyway, 4th grade. I still was not mentally open yet about how my surroundings, like I said, like everything was different than Catholic school into a public school. I wasn't mentally open yet about my surroundings, on how these people are in their personality. Has a few instances here and there, but no major issues with people yet. I forgot to put yet in there. uh, but yeah, like I still had that mentality where like I thought, no, everyone should still be good, right? Because like I figured everyone was good, but like years later, some of these kids, even at a young age, had like some people were already doing drugs, and so some people were already doing like so much other degenerate shit, like even going out and fighting people, like even in elementary school, just so much physical and mental violence to people that other people cause, and like I wouldn't learn that shit until middle school, from what I've heard, like people's backgrounds and all that stuff. Um, but like it just got terrible, and like I wasn't mentally open yet, and and by the time until this mid fourth grade, I came home one day and just felt depressed about everything. What I mean by this is that like I already just had like mental drainage, but like since I was halfway through the year, I already knew that like I could just keep going and just get through it for like the rest of the year and just rest like the next 2 months and just recharge my brain and like refill the water bottle. I'm gonna stick with that analogy throughout the video, but yeah, I came in one day and just felt depressed about everything. I just felt so drained because like obviously I had to deal with some shit like even like not even within a full year yet of like some things that I've never ever experienced before at a private school in a Catholic school because like I said like everything was strict like if you like I said if you gave the fucking middle finger at someone you were done like you were fucked up, you were out of that school instantly because like I also forgot to mention let's go back up here for a second like I saw the mentality of this now like that's just how it is like when you're on the spectrum also like I told on people for dumb shit like that would include swearing, even saying some stuff to other people, and obviously which is petty, yes, but the thing is like I wanted to do this to like try and help people because like that's the mentality like me and my friends my old friends had at my old school that like we would all tell on each other to help each other out in like some sort of way, and even years later I never explained that clearly until now, which it's just one big thing. And I also just realized I'm gonna get off topic for. I just realized I'm recording this on 420 and we're talking about drugs. I just fucking realized that we're talking about drugs and the date is 420. I just realized that. Anyway, I'm sorry I got distracted. Um, but like I would tell people for dumb shit, like even calling people names, and like some kids would call me stupid. I would go up to the teacher and just telling them for that. Like kids would throw like pencils like jokingly. Kids would insult each other jokingly. Like even some things that didn't even involve me, I would go and tell them like, because like I wanted to like help people in some sort of way because like I said, that's kind of like how we helped people like back in my old school, and now like it still get used against me today. It's like some kids were like, oh, well in third and fourth grade you're still like this, and sometimes you still are now. Like, fuck, I'm not. Come on now. Like, it's like that's your fault for thinking that even years later that I did some stupid shit because of a mentality like because of school that caused me to have a so-called mentality. Like it wasn't even my fault. It was the fucking Catholic school that put me in a position to like where that's why I had that mentality. Um. Anyway, back down here. It felt best everything about my school environment. About my school's environment, how I felt depressed about leaving my old school. So like I was going through like some emotions, like I said, like that I've never ever experienced before. Like no fucking 9-year-old like I was at the time. Like no 9-year-old should have to go through these emotions that I was going through at the time. Like it traumatized me, and it still does to this day. Like I still feel shitty years later, and like the bullying isn't a joke, dude. But bullying will fuck up someone for life. It will. Like some people don't realize that. Like some people like are just so delusional and they think that like doing something so little to someone will not affect them. Well, maybe that's just me because like I said, like I'm on the spectrum, so like things will affect me easier, and because like my brain's a bit wired differently, and like since I have other handicaps like MDD, major depressive disorder, like that will also affect it as well, and anxiety and all that stuff that I got diagnosed with a few months ago. But yeah, like I have some other mental handicaps that will affect me easier. Um, what are you doing, man? Can you get off this countertop, dude? Whatever. Dude, my cat's pissing me off. But around this time, a few weeks later, my parents got me a therapist thanks to my special insurance that I have. And now this special insurance that I actually have, the insurance that I have, like since I'm on the spectrum, something along the lines of like I actually get free insurance, like medically, physical and mental insurance that I have. Do you want out, dude? Hey, get out, out. I'm trying to record. Please, leave. Get out. Go. I'm sorry. I love you, but please go. Thank you. I'm sorry about that. Oh, my eyes are fucking killing me, dude. But anyway, like I have a special insurance that, like, since I'm on the spectrum, like the state, Pennsylvania, that I live in. Obviously, if you've been watching me, you should know this by now that I live in PA. It's like I have a special insurance, like since I'm on the spectrum, it's like where it's actually free. Like my medical bills are free, and like if I were to end up like in critical condition, like in the hospital to take care of me, that would be free as well if I were to get out of the hospital. Like hypothetically, I'm not saying that's ever happened to me, but hypothetically, if that were, everything would be free. I think something along the lines of that. Um, but thanks to special insurance I was able to get a therapist for free, and which I still have now, and uh, she's helped me out like for a bit until she left, and I got a new one that I'm currently with, and the one that I'm currently with now is gonna review this video, like I said earlier. So I fucking love her. Thank you so much. I'm not gonna say her name on the camera because obviously this is gonna be. I'm not gonna say her name because I don't want to dox myself or her. But you know who you are. Thank you so much for helping me over the past 2 years. I appreciate you're gonna watch this. But yeah. Around this time, I recovered and patched up the hatred some people had for me and started making some friendships that I thought were good for the longest time. Now, what I mean by this is that, like I said, like I discovered that some of my friends that I currently have like did some stupid shit, and they were getting some stupid shit. Like some kids would pick on people, and like some that would just did not know how to conversate in general, or even like properly like start a conversation, or just like the basis of it, because fucking phones and all that shit. Because like kids would just sit in front of their phone like, which obviously I'm not a Gen Zer entering my boomer phase, like I said earlier, but it's just overall very fucking dumb. It's very dumb. It's just it's one big calamity, and it's just overall very painful that I didn't realize that until pretty recently, until like last year, that like the friends I currently hang out with now, like most of them are just overall good people, because like either A, they're an asshole, B, they're drug addicts, C, they secretly pick on people or do some other shit behind the scenes that I'm not aware of, or for like all my friends started hating each other, and that's why I can't hang around like big groups of people anymore, because like some people don't want to be around this person because like, oh, I don't like this person, so I'm not gonna be with you right now since you're with this person and this and that. So that's overall just another big issue. Um, but yeah, I recovered and patched up some people for me and started making some friends I thought were good for the longest time. Okay, now we're in 5th grade. Starting to feel a bit tired of school, thanks to people being mean and just draining me altogether, almost. I've had some incidents that regarded being odd to me in my personal opinion. More detail in the incidents chapter, which it's one specific incident with 2 kids that I'm going to get into. One of them is actually a drug dealer who got into dealing drugs probably pretty recently, and that's why he has so much money and all. He's able to afford all these expensive shoes, and because he deals weed and some other vapes and stuff, just to harm some other fucking younger kids, like who are 10 and 11. Some kids in my school, just harming other children. Fuck you, man. You know who you are. You're not watching this, but like I guarantee some of their friends, you know who the fuck you are. You are a terrible person. You're disgusting. Now, I'm gonna show this picture right now. I censored their faces. This is him. You know who you are. You are a terrible person. You're disgusting. You Like you have friends who manipulate other kids for special needs. You deal drugs, and like you just do a bunch of stupid shit that I was not aware of until last year. You are a terrible person. You're not watching this more than likely, but like their friends are probably more than watching. You are a terrible, disgusting human being. Anyway, I'm gonna get to all these people here. I censor their faces, and because I want to respect their privacy. But like, there's one of them holding his weed bag. Cause like I said, these people are fucking addicted to drugs, and somehow that's normalized and all that shit. Um. Uh. Fifth grade, starting to feel a bit tired of school. Thanks to people for being mean and all together. I don't know if it's punishment, the road and being honest with me, my personal blah, 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 like I just said. I but there's just some things that were like the final like nail in the coffin to like where I officially started to feel drained by like the public school like scene, and people were just being very shitty, and like I said, no, in middle school, well, not like I said, but like in middle school it's gonna get worse, which we're gonna get into in a minute. I accidentally just showed the timeline more. GG. I mean, it's not you guys can already see anyway, but there's a lot of information to take in here. Um, but yeah, like this would be the final nail in the coffin. Like some things that happened to me in fifth grade, to like where I would start feeling more and more drained in the public school scene, and like just how to deal with these people in general. And yeah, it's whatever. I have now officially separated from everyone in my old school and not talked to them in a year. Well, I mean, I'm still friends with them, and I guarantee like one of them is probably gonna watch this. I mean, probably not, but one of them is gonna watch this and be like, oh well, that's my, and they're probably gonna reach out to me like, well, I still talk to you. It's like, man, I wish we could talk more, man. I miss you. But yeah, but most of them I officially separated from because either like because like my old school only went up to kindergarten to eighth grades, but since I'm in ninth, everyone's separated into their own little schools to go into, and everyone was now officially separated from each other. That or they moved earlier because they realized too like I have and like and my parents have and like their parents have that school was very shitty, which I'm gonna get into later on here. Um, I've now officially separated from everyone in my old school and have not talked to them in over a year. Um, Now into middle school. Physical, sixth grade, physical violence. Like this is probably the worst year I've ever had compared to third grade. Like third and sixth grade were like the worst years I've ever had in school. Like those are probably the two worst years of my life. Um, which is a very strong statement because I've only been on this planet for fucking 15, almost 16 years now. So, um, sixth grade, physical violence and altercations, bad amounts of bullying to an everyday occurrence, having mental breakdowns when I got coming home, getting police involved with some incidents, and much more. Lawsuits were almost filed against the boys that I had. So I forgot to put one of them in here, but since I'm already filming, I can't edit this document now. But I forgot to include one of them in this document, like one of their like the picture of one of them. Um, but yeah, this is how bad it would get. Like I would come home and I would even start breaking things in anger. I would start crying very violently. I would like shake violently. I would just have very negative thoughts or I couldn't even like get my mind straight. Like I would try and like sit at my computer and just like or sit on my iPad and just try and like get my mind like listen to some music and I just could not focus on anything that's how bad it was, and it would only get worse, which we're gonna get into here later. But since there's a lot here, let's break this down real quick. Physical violence. So this is going to be in the incidents tab, incidents chapter in altercations. Bad amounts of bullying to an everyday occurrence. So like I would like it says right here, I would come home, I would start breaking shit, and then I would I would just lose it pretty much because that's how bad sixth grade was for me. My dad, I talked to my parents multiple times. and to the point like where my dad was considering even getting a lawyer and pressing charges on these people because that's how bad it was getting. Um, so we would almost get police involved. I forgot to put almost. So yeah, we didn't, but almost getting police involved with some incidents, and much more. And lawsuits were almost filed against those boys and their parents also. This is that was a thing that almost happened. Um, every day my principal would start looking out for me and ask me how my day was every day before I walked out the door to my bus. Which huge shouts to him. He moved out to my to his new school that he works at now, which I'm not gonna say the new school that he works at because obviously I don't want to dox him or even dox myself. Um, but like he moved because like they offered him more money and opportunities and all that stuff, which is just another separate story that I'm not gonna get into because it's not really important to this. But it's just overall one big thing that happened with him. But yeah, but my principal would start looking out for me. That's how my day was every day before I walked out to the door. So huge shout outs to him. I'm sad that he's gone because he was one of the main people that really helped me get through everything. Um, all the reports I made towards my boys were taken as snitching or an overall put a bigger target on my back. Now this whole snitching calamity is like a whole separate thing because like some kids still use it against me. Like even like some of the major things like getting like death threats towards me, which has happened, and like getting physically assaulted and getting insulted and picked on all the time, even when I'm minding my own business. And some of it would get so bad to the point where like my principal would get involved and he would just ask me, "Hey, how are you doing? Was your day good? Do you need to report anything to me?" And that's what he did. But all the reports I made towards my boys were being taken as snitching. Overall, just put a bigger target on my back. So like I already had this snitching thing like towards me for the last 3 years until I came in like mid third grade into this school to this current district I'm in. So yeah, like it's like even like the major things would still be used against me as snitching, like because it's like these kids have had like a fucking catalog against me, like all like even like the major and minor things would be put together and like oh well you did this and you did this, and some kids were still used against me even today. Um, which it's a lot to go into there, but anyway, the end of sixth grade. I felt tired mentally, glad everything's over and can relax 2 months. Um, I was glad just overall that I could finally just sit the fuck down, relax, and just chill out with everything. And I was glad that I can just relax. I even went on like some vacations up there, up to like a little condo, and just had fun. Went to arcades and stuff. It was a good summer that summer. It was a very laid back summer too. Also, and like this was also when if you've been watching me for over 3 years now, which I highly like if you've been watching me or you know me for like last 3 years, this is like where I streamed a lot, like 6 hours a day almost, which I don't do that anymore because I want to focus more on YouTube videos and all that stuff. But again, that's another separate thing. But I just wanted to point that out. Okay, now summer heading to 7th grade, I realized that I felt different mentally permanently. Now at this point, I realized that all the things that happened to me in 6th grade would kind of like turn into like a spiral of all the things that happened to me recently, and would just like, and I realized that this is just how it is. Like this is just how public school is, and like I said before, I already knew that it was gonna be bad ahead of time. But like I did not know it would be this fucking bad. Like I did not know that it would take a mental toll on me this much. Um, but yeah, summer heading into 7th grade. I just want to make sure my mic is working because imagine if I were to record this and like my mic would cut off now, I have to refilm like this again because I've been recording 45 minutes, almost 50 minutes, almost an hour. So um, summer heading to 7th grade, June-ish, I realized I felt different mentally, including up to now. Basics part about the things that happened to me in 6th grade, and I also forgot to put here like just earlier, like even like the minor things were kind of like the lead up until 6th grade, and 6th grade is kind of like what made me think about all the things that happened in the past. I'm like, well, this is just how it is, and it would just overall just take a toll on me like shortly later, And I kept constantly thinking about my school future, which I still do now, because like I said, I'm gonna say this again. Which I'm gonna keep saying this. This video is gonna it's gonna fuck me over severely. Like it's probably gonna destroy every single IRL friendship that I've ever had. Like currently when I entered the school. But I'm done. I don't care. I simply cannot take this anymore, and that's why I'm making this into a video to just publish out to millions of people potentially. I realized that I felt different mentally, permanently, including and I kept constantly thinking about my school future and its worst possible outcomes. And the reason I put this here and it's not puberty, trust me, because I know some people are, because I know there's gonna be that one fucktard in the comment section that's gonna be like, well, maybe, at this time, 6th and 7th grade. It's just a goddamn puberty, William. Now you're just being dramatic because I know there's gonna be that one fucktard in the comment section that's just gonna say that. I'm like, well, maybe it's that. No, it can't. The reason why I don't think it's that is because for one, it still affects me now. Like it still affects me now, and it's probably still going to affect me when I get into my 20s or even late 30s. And it still affects people later. Like I've read stories online about old adults, like people like in their 50s and 60s have come out and still talk about how bad their bullying was and how it still affects them years later. So I know, because I already know that, like I said, the reason I put this here is because I know there's going to be that one fucktard in the comment section that's going to be like, oh, well, maybe it's just puberty, William. You gotta think, it's 6th and 7th grade. That's everyone gets their hormones and their, all that shit. But yeah, like, I already know there's just gonna be that one asshole that's just gonna say that in the comment section. So that's why I put that in there. The water's good, man. Alright. 7th grade. Now this would start. No, this would be like a new phase that would start towards me until now, until this time period, 7th grade, up until now, it's not, now, manipulation by kids starts towards me and others with mental handicaps. So for an example, like I would see some kids record some people who are like mentally slow and ask them to do things and even post it online, which I never saved the videos. I did save one. Like where one of the kids told me to like one of the kids told one of the special needs kids like who was not like aware of anything, like he's like hey go smack William on the back of the head, and that's what he did. But like it's dude, I felt terrible. It's disgusting to see how some of these people are, like how degenerate like some of these bullies were. Like that's what they are. They're bullies. They're degenerate bullies and drug addicts. That's what most of these people are at my school. But yeah, manipulation by kids will start other towards me and other mental handicaps. Realizing that the kids I'm friends with at the time are becoming worse as people. That they were like, this is where I would start to realize that, and I would fully start realizing it until in 8th grade. Realizing that the kids I'm friends with at the time are becoming worse as people. They were already bad people ahead of time, like I've mentioned, which I've went into detail already ahead of time. I just didn't realize it a few years prior. So, yeah, that pretty much explains from what I've already talking about already, like where and why, and how these people are. It just whatever way you want to put it. But yeah, that's other than that, just same shit there. I realized that some kids were drug addicts, bullies, drug dealers, and committed crimes in general. And some kids were even had charged. Well, I won't say. I don't know if that's actually true. Actually, I'm not going to throw accusations at some people for something I don't even know. But I already know, like, some of these kids, they guarantee already get in trouble with police and all that shit, and that's how terrible these people were. Because, like, if you're in 7th grade and you're at that age of getting in trouble with law enforcement, what kind of human being are you, right? Like you're just a shitty human being, like, here or now. Like there's no excuse for that. There isn't. If you get in trouble at law enforcement at that age, there is no excuse for that at all, period. Ugh. I now, at the time, finally got my IEP, which is, if you don't know, Individual Education Program. I told my IEP, such education teacher, instance I over the last 2 years or so. Which last 2 years is like the main ones that I've been focusing on. So it's like the main ones that's kind of like made like all the kids who sipped the bottle out of me, which that's the analogy. Like I said, that's gonna be the analogy I'm gonna stick with throughout this entire video. But yeah, I talked to my IEP teacher, which she was very helpful. She was a very good person. She helped me a lot. Lots of other kids didn't like her because like because they thought, oh, she's bitchy and she's whatever. But I now at the time finally got an IEP, which took years to set up, according to my parents. Which that's mainly why my parents don't want to register me into something else, which is another thing I'm gonna get into later. But that's like one of the main reasons why I moved here, into my public schools, because it's one thing that I wanted to. I just doxed myself, GG. But like one of the main things. Oh God, this is a lot of info to take in here. Oh, I'm getting overwhelmed. But like one of the main reasons why I moved like to a public school in the first place is that because of something along the lines of how private schools like lawfully don't have to help you and shit, which again I'm gonna get into later. But that's not important right now. But shout out to my 7th grade IEP teacher, because like, it actually changes every single year. So shout out to my 7th grade IEP teacher. You know who you are. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything you've done for me. How you helped me with all my schoolwork, and some other times I had to deal with some stress, and overall just helped me with some other instances I've had. And thank you so much. I know she's not watching this already, but but I figured it's point she's helped me a lot, dude. Like she has like huge ups to her. Like she's helped me a lot. All right. 8th grade. And now this is where I would start getting into the rabbit hole of just feeling worse and worse. Like this is where it would all start. Start of it is the same as like the last few years, like at middle school. 2 major incidents happened with the same alleged friend. Now, new teacher comes in and helps me a lot. Very good man, helped my school appearance. So, but I still felt the same, just worse. He was a math teacher, and he came in, and my old math teacher retired, and she retired, and he came in, and a lot of kids liked her, and like a lot of kids already told other staff ahead of time, so he got the job. Like he was fresh out of college too. Like he's a very good man. Very good person, very entertaining. He's like very young too. Like I said, fresh out of college. Like he's a very good dude. He was funny, and he helped my sorrows away, and like he's just a very entertaining man in general, and like he just made learning fun, and he helped me a lot also. And it's not just him. I had lots of teachers like that year. Like 8th grade is probably the best year I've ever had when it came to having good relations with teachers. Like the teachers in 8th grade is what helped me stayed sane that year, because 8th grade was, like I said, like that's where it started getting pretty bad. But huge shout outs to him. You know who you are also. He's not watching this. I already know he isn't, but what the fuck ever. 9th grade current. Coming home from school mentally now physically exhausted, where I spent my days are overthinking everything. Everything. I can't type for shit here. Let me just fix that real quick. Everything, and coming home sad about not being able to talk to people. Now, this is one big issue that is just currently affecting me now, and that's one of the main reasons why because of like this is like the main reason why I'm making this video, because like I've been bottling these emotions for the past few weeks, because like I can't talk to anyone. Like it has gotten to the point where like it would just get so bad to where like I couldn't even say anything or do anything. Like I would get made fun of like the littlest of things that I would do or say. Like that's how bad I got in 8th grade, and to now. Like it's getting worse now than it has ever before. Okay, so now we're gonna get on to the list of incidents. The list of incidents. Just a little side note. There's probably some I'm missing or don't remember because, like I said, like there's lots of shits that's happened. There's lots of shits. Oh yeah, I've been shitting a lot, guys. I eat too much Taco Bell. I cannot speak. There's lots of shit that's happened to me over the years. Like when I entered this school, to like where, like it has mentally drained me. Like it has. Like it's done shit to me, and like there's so much that's happened. Like I'm not gonna be able to remember all this. I mean, like. So yeah, like there's probably something I'm missing or just don't remember in general. Like fucking like whatever. Third grade, coming in nervous in new school, obviously like nothing major. Getting picked on in music class by a new boys music class. Let me show you the picture of him. This is the guy I was talking about earlier. Terrible person, drug addicted. See a picture of him with marijuana. And this is the person he is. This is the person. He has a fucking gun. 15 years old. That's a felony in the United States. Underage, like with guns, that is a felony, and which can land you up to fucking 5 years in prison if I'm correct about that. So we have three more people down here, which I already explained him, but we're gonna get more detail onto him later, and then him, and then her. Which I say, like, I censor all their faces to respect their privacy. But whatever. Okay, now let's get over the incidents. Getting picked on in music class, like I said, by one of the new boys in music class. Now, he is a terrible person. And by the time in third grade, he already got suspended multiple times, like, throughout kindergarten and third grade. Like, that's how terrible of a person he is. Including now. Like, he's getting worse, like, where he's acting all gangster and just, like, he's a disgusting individual, dude. But yeah, I was getting picked on by him, and like I would, but then in fourth and fifth grade, then in fourth I wouldn't have to deal with him because like he was on the other side, like where, because like we have two sides in elementary school, side A and side B. Side B is the one to help with kids with like mental things, like some mental things, which is that I was on third because my parents thought I would need it. But side A is like the normal side, like where like kids who are fully functional, like nothing's going on with them. But yeah, that was just a system in elementary school only. I don't know why that was even a fucking thing, but whatever. Anyway, I was coming in feeling nervous, seeing a bit of music class. I was trying to get to know everyone by asking to meet up somewhere and got yelled at by my teacher, which is like, like right, all this stuff right here. Like this is the starting of like why I feel this way now. Oh god, dude. Like I said, okay, I'm gonna get off topic here, but I said I was gonna take this all in one go, but I've been sitting here for an hour. Holy shit, dude. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this all in one go. But I kind of have to because like, I'm home alone and this is. I'll just bear with me here. Try and bear with me here. But yeah, I was trying to get to know everyone by asking to meet up. Someone got yelled at by my teacher because like I was passing around like a clipboard with a piece of paper and I said, hey, let's meet up here so I can get to know you guys. Well, no, again, I got yelled at by my teacher. Like William, we're not doing this. Throw it away. And like usually in a private school and Catholic school, like I said, everything was happy, gumdrops and fucking rainbows, and like okay, well you can do that. I don't see an issue with that. But like public school, it's different. It's like I said, it's a whole new ball game. Had an incident in my recess, which would be one out of multiple over like the course like the next 2 years until middle school, because in middle school like they would get rid of that, and yeah, and all that stuff. Had an incident in my recess, came in feeling sad, sat down at my desk during reading, kept shaking my hands in anger violently, and my teacher scolded me, got mad at me because I was causing a disturbance. It's like I was like shaking my hands violently like this, and she just yelled at me because like she thought I was causing like a disturbance, and I was like pounding my desk just in anger because at the time until like sixth grade, I did not know, like, I was still very immature when it came to, like, controlling my emotions, which is something I've learned thanks to a therapist and all that stuff that I've got over, like, the last few years who helped me with that, and my parents especially, too. Um, but I've getting a lots of stuff that's helped me. But yeah, like, that's, that's it. um, but this was only the beginning. And it still felt okay until late fifth grade is when I started to lose hope. All right. The third grade was a terrible year because I had to move out for some other reasons, which we're gonna get into later. Um, like there's one main reason why I moved out. Well, two main reasons actually. One that I've already went in detail, but like we're gonna get into more detail about that later. All right, on the fourth grade. Incident at recess, I was so incident at recess, kids kicking me and being dicks during kickball. Which the reason why I was getting kicked is because like so we were playing outside in kickball, and I had an incident where like kids would not let me kind of like play because you know like I'm not athletic at all, so like and I'm still not today. Um, but I wanted to throw the ball because I wanted to be the pitcher that round, and they're like no, and one of the kids like kind of like baited me into it. I think I don't exactly know if that's true. Like I don't exactly remember, but it was something along the lines of like they gave they're like, you know what, just let him do it, and then like they were trying to act like, oh yeah, he can do it, and then like I was rolling it to the other girl that was about to go up. She picked up the ball, and I basically got manipulated into thinking that, oh, okay, you know what, maybe these people would actually listen to me finally. But yeah, it was terrible. It was an incident that ruined the rest of my day that day. Like I said, I was very immature, so I was throwing temper tantrums because of stupid reasons during recess. So like if I got tagged, so if we were playing tag, for an example, I got tagged and then I would throw like a fit because I was losing, which is what skill that I learned to deal with. Which is still a pretty normal thing, for kids that age. But like naturally, like for someone who's on the spectrum, like because younger kids who are on the spectrum, it's not just me. The ones who like have very bad emotions like I did when I was younger. Um, it's not even just with school because I had like terrible emotion control like when I was younger. Like according to my parents, like I would throw shit, I would cry a lot, and even when I was a baby, like I like some other personal shit that I'm not getting into, which is important, but like I didn't know how to speak until I was 2. Like I was oblivious back then. So I had terrible motion control. I didn't know how to elaborate myself, and I still don't know how to now because it's one main issue that I have. That which is a natural thing to have when you're on the spectrum because that's how your brain is wired. Um, but yeah, I was trying temper tantrums because of like I got tagged at recess and like for an example and like I would throw fits because of it, which still get used against me today. So some kids actually still think I act like that, which 95% of these people, including my friends, which I don't like when kids joke about me like saying, oh, remember you did this in third and fourth and fifth grade. Like it pisses me the fuck off, and I try and laugh along with it. But like this is the final straw, and that's why I'm making this video, is to elaborate on why like I'm sick of being silent, trying to like be like the punching bag of everything. So that's what it feels like to me. Um, but yeah, whatever. And so some kids were still used against me. Like, it's like, oh, well, you used to do this in fourth and fifth grade, and you still somewhat act like this now. So it's like, no, I don't. Shut the fuck up. I got lied at by a girl at recess. I don't exactly remember the details, but it was my fourth grade teacher who even had a kid who was on the spectrum, I think, and that was in kids who were special needs, and um, well, I mean, I'm not special needs, but and I'm gonna get political here. In the government's eyes, I am, and here in America. So if even if you're fully functioning, the government will still put fractions on you over here in America. Where in my personal opinion, they'll say oh, this person's on the spectrum, so there must be something wrong with him, and just a bunch of other stupid shit. But whatever. I got lied anyway. I got lied to by a girl at recess, and one of the teachers backed me up. She said something along the lines of I know how these types of kids are, like William here, and you're gonna lie to him, and be kids like him don't lie, and kids like him have a good memory when it comes to being mentally traumatized or something for a short period of time, something along the lines of that. I don't exactly remember, but it was in 4th grade, so obviously it was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5 years ago now. So I mean, it's whatever. Anyway, getting live to recess. That's covered. Kids agitating me right before class starts, making me flip desk. And now this would be one main issue that I still had with 2 kids that would still bother me, which obviously, like I said, I tell emotion control, but which it still affects me now. Now, the reason why all this some of the stuff kids agitating me and getting live by to girl recess, the reason why this still affects me now, some people would say, oh, you're just being petty, this isn't mentally traumatizing you. The reason why I put these in here, oh shit, I don't know what the hell I just did there. The reason why I put these in here is because this shit still gets used against me today, which is pretty fucking stupid. So it's just very ridiculous, and some kids still use it against me today, and that's why I have terrible relationships with some people even now. But kids would agitate me right before class starts, and that's another thing I would do, and I would start getting mad, and I would start flipping desk, and that's just another thing. But yeah. Alright, on to 5th grade. 2 kids moved away from me at lunch, made me mad, and told on me for swearing to have some reason to get me in trouble. Now, this wasn't until 6th grade I would fully start realizing that not everyone wants to be your friend. Because I realized, because like I said already 5,000 times, everything in a private school / Catholic school, everything was itty bitty gumdrops. Everyone, you were forced to hang around the same people, and you were forced to get along with people even if you didn't like them. Because there was mass control over that kind of stuff in the Catholic school that I was in, and so because I saw the mentality in that until 6th grade, so I would fully realize, and that I would fall into some type of deep depression in 6th grade, kind of. 5th grade. 2 kids moved away from me. I'm gonna show pictures of them right now. It's him. He's still dick to me now. He's still dickhead to some kids later now. And him. This is which I went over him. He's a terrible person. I don't see him as a terrible person. It's just he's just a dick. He's like a jock and a jerk pretty much. But him, drug dealer, criminal, drug addict, bully, fucking gangster, terrible person. Terrible person he is. It's disgusting. Where was I? So what happened was, so I was sitting at lunch, and what happened was, since I saw the mentality of oh, everyone wants to still be your friend, so I didn't understand if people were joking just get away from us, we don't like you. So I don't know if people were joking or not, which is still something I still struggle with now. If kids, I don't know if kids are joking with me or not. Even my own friends, I don't know if they're joking with me about certain situations or if they're being serious. So I thought, maybe they're just joking, and when they would move away from me, I would just follow them, because, I think they were just joking, playing around, or something along the lines of that. And then I would start getting mad, because then I realized, these kids aren't messing around anymore, so I don't give a shit. So then, this kid told this kid that I was sitting around, told him, hey, it's like, oh hey, let's get him in trouble. He was like, all right, like all right. So we went. So they went up, told teachers, and I lost recess, and I got lunch detention. That was like these two fuckers are the reason why, or like one of the main nails in the coffin on why I started realizing how like these two like put a mental toll on me. Like just that one incident, it's fucked me over. It's probably gonna fuck me over for the rest of my life now. And this guy's done worse. There's another picture of him, same guy, but like we'll get into him. Anyway, uh, two kids moved away from me at lunch, made me mad, and told on me for swearing. That made me get somebody in trouble. So yeah, there's that. Getting picked on for snitching, which is still something that I still had to deal with, and I still deal with now. But not much anymore here in high school because I haven't had many instances like where I had to actually go up to the office and tell someone for something major. Yeah, like I would try and protect some kids still. I still had that mentality until I would lose that fully in 6th grade. It's like where kids were like fall over at recess, like some kids were punching each other jokingly. It's like, well, you're being a snitch. Stop doing that. But yeah, like that was just another thing. All right, on to 6th grade. Worst year I've ever had in my life. Worst school year I've had in my life. Assaulted 3 times. One of the kids actually came up to me, started punching me in my shoulder because I would start agitating him because he was agitating me. So I poked at it back because he was like one of my main bullies that year, and he would just pick on me a lot. And he was just overall dickhead in general. I mean, he's kind of nice now, but like he's growing up to be like most of these kids now, and that's just how this generation is now. From what I'm aware of, like most kids are growing up to be like in this generation, like be gangsters, like. Because like lots of people have argued like on social media, like that's just how Gen Z is. Like Gen Z is fucking lost, and they're not wrong. I hate my generation. I hate it. I hate my generation. I wish I was born into the earlier generations because like Gen Z is terrible, bro. Gen Z is fucking dog shit. But anyway, I was assaulted 3 times. First one. I remember I was getting punched in the shoulder by one kid because he was agitating me, so I decided to get back at him. And it's like, you know what, you're being a dick. So I would just agitate him back by saying something that he hated me saying. Like I was repeating the same thing that he hated hearing. So he's like, you know, what's up, bro? And he started punching me in the shoulder. I'd include pictures of him, which I should have. I forgot to get a picture of him in here. But like 2 kids, I forgot to. It's him and some other kid that would hang around this kid all the time. In 6th grade. Anyway, I got assaulted 3 times, and the second time was with another kid, who isn't in the document either, who threw a volleyball at me, which I've had some conversations with him, and like I just remembered one just now that I forgot to put in here, because like I said, I'm not gonna be able to remember all this shit, because lots of things have happened to me in 6th grade. But yeah, it's just a bunch of other bullshit that I went through that year, and it was terrible. And this is where we're starting 6th grade now. It's like constantly getting insults every time I even talked. It's like anytime I would make like a remark jokingly towards someone, which is obviously jokingly because I don't like insulting people because it's just a dick thing to do. I mean, obviously, I do insult people jokingly, like you know, playfully. I never really. I mean, I explained this once, like to my all my private snaps, like where I have all my people like that I have added, like in my grade and all that stuff. And I told them, you know, if I ever insult you, either A, you're actually being a dick, or B, 95% of the time, which it's mostly B, which is 95% of the time. I'm just messing with you. Like, I'm not actually insulting you. Like, I'm not actually, like, being mean to you. I'm just playing with you. But like, the thing is, these kids, even now, like, these kids would take it so literally, and it would get used against me. Like, I would start getting in confrontations, like, where it would start affecting me every day. in sixth grade. Sixth grade was a terrible year that year. Lawsuits and police almost involved, like I said, that I already explained. So we're just gonna go over that. Well, actually, I don't know. No, let me. So yeah, my parents called up the school several times talking about how I even went home one time. I should include this image. Where one of the kids threw a book at me and I got a scrape on my leg, and I reported to the principal and he got an in-school suspension. And the only problem with that punishment is that he went around telling everybody. It's this kid right here. He went around telling everybody, saying, like, oh, I got into a suspension because William snitched on me. He snitched on me. Like, so the kids got mad at me and pissy at me because of that. Because like, because you know, some kids gotta protect their friends because they have a bias. You know, he's doing this stuff that's wrong, but that's how people are. Kids are fucking terrible people. I hate everyone in my grade. Almost everyone. 99% of them I hate. I hate everyone in my grade. That's why I'm silent now, which is painful because I hate being quiet. I hate being a quiet person. Anyway, so I went up. So I went up to him and like he would just like I reported him, and he would just cause like just telling on him would just make a more of a backfire, and it would just progressively get worse and worse. It's like a fucking snowball rolling down the road. Constant drama with some other kids. Some of it doesn't involve me. So this is also another time that would start affecting me, like where, like even like the shit that doesn't involve me for like the next 3 years here on out. Honorable mentions we're gonna get to this later. Also, by the way, like I like it would just like seeing some other shit like still takes a toll on my mental health, which is honestly kind of normal for some people. Like if you get put in the position sometimes, like you see kids arguing with each other and you just witness so much drama all the time, and like that's all some of these people talk about even now, like especially the girls in my grade, and some people are gonna argue, well, that's just how some girls are, which like fine, fuck it, whatever. But like some people, like some of the girls in my grade talk about it all the time. That's all they ever focus on is drama. That's what they dedicate their entire fucking lives on. It seems like. But yeah, it's whatever. But like the sixth grade would start a time period, like it would start like a spiral. It's like where even some things that wouldn't even involve me would still affect me, because like seeing the shit visibly still like it still affects me. It still hurts me. And it would just overall just get worse, and like it would just progressively get worse. Uh, seventh grade, having an annoying and hypocrite reading teacher. So I had an incident with her, like where she's just like she came in and like because one of the teachers left to go up to to the high school which I'm in now, because she teaches 11th grade now. She used to teach 7th grade, which I was in at the time, obviously. And she moved for some reason. I don't know the reason, honestly. I probably did know at some point. I just don't remember it. But she was hypocrite. And she was very annoying, and she had a bias against some kids. Like she would not try and get some kids that she liked in trouble. Like she would treat some kids differently, and she would overall just be a hypocrite by telling kids not to swear. She would openly swear in class and say hell and shit, and she's just a hypocrite. Like she's a bitch. There's no way around it. She is a fucking cunt. That's what she is. Kids constantly talking about drugs, which annoyed me, and this really, I cannot express how much this one bothers me right here. Now it's normal to get like into at this age to like start getting with drugs, but like the thing is, years ago, in my opinion, like there's even been some research done to like where like underage drug use is getting more popular now more than ever. There's been studies done on that pretty recently, over like the course of the last 2 years. Like underage drug use, like within the youth, is becoming more and more popular for some other reasons that I don't feel like explaining. Like it's fucking terrible now, and it's like most of it's like at this age, and along with it getting even more popular, like now it's like some people look at it like, oh, it's a nice thing to do to relax, and it makes you look cool, and it's just it's very fun to do. Yeah, man, I love getting lung cancer for fun. Very fun. dumbasses. I hate when kids talk about this because even some kids online, like they would put in their profile pictures like leafs, and if you don't know what that means, like leafs in your bio or your profile picture, it means weed and other drugs. Like you like smoking, you like tobacco, you like weed. That's what that means. Or like you like pot, same thing as weed, just another term, but whatever. But it's terrible. I hate when kids talk about it, especially now more than ever. It's I hate when kids talk about it. It's absolutely annoying. Oh my webcam turned off. Look at that. Hey, my webcam turned off. I don't know why that happened. Hold on. Fuck me, dude. Why did this turn off, man? There we go. God damn it, bro. I don't know how long it's been on for. So, that's probably off like a quarter of the video, but oh well, whatever. Um, Getting made fun of for the way I stand and walk. So, I've actually had pictures of me taken by some girls that I was in group chats. But since I'm on the spectrum, I also kind of like walk and stand a bit differently weird. So kids will poke fun of me of that, and like I get made fun of for that even today, which it annoys me. Like even jokingly, like you shouldn't joke about someone's like how they function physically. Like it's just unless they're like a dickhead. But because I'm gonna make this right now. I'm gonna get off topic here for a second. I poke fun of people for anything, like in some of my videos, because either A, they're doing something terrible, or B, they're just terrible people in general. So I'll just poke fun of them any way I can, just to get a laugh out of other people looking like, look at this idiot. So I just want to make that clear real quick, because I'm gonna get an accusation towards me if I don't make that clear. Where I'll be called a hypocrite if I just say that. So let me just get that out of the way real quick. Anyway, back to this. So anyway, I've had some instances where kids would take pictures of me like standing, like making fun of me for the way I walk, making fun of me for the way I stand, because like my feet move like this way when I stand. So kids will make fun of me for that. And it's just overall a very shit, like, ugh, terrible. That's all I can say anymore for all these. Just I've been saying it for like the last 20 minutes. Everything here is terrible. Just terrible. Incidents at lunch. Now, there's lots and lots and lots of incidents that happen at lunch, especially 7th and 8th grade. Lunch table controversies and incidents at lunch, which I'm not gonna get into that here because I'll be here for like another hour explaining. Which I want to make this like a 2 hour and 30 minute video minimum, because like, I just can see right here, like this video is already an hour and almost 30 minutes long. So I want to make it very clear that like I don't want to get into like everything, but like I just want to talk about the details that just make me feel this way, and like and give like a lead up to all these incidents, like onto why I feel this way. If I didn't make that clear enough already. Incidents at lunch, like such as like arguments, and like same thing at 6th grade. Like anytime I spoke or talked or said anything like dumb jokingly, I would get made fun of for it, and kids would use it against me. And then breaking ties with a friend for being constantly dramatic. Now it was a girl who like who she would always focus on drama, and like she had a really bad home life. She tried to make it seem like she even lied about getting raped by her brother, which is pretty fucked up. That's why I don't talk to her anymore. It seems like she's just overly dramatic, and from what it seems like, if you're willing to, the only reason why I believe that, like there's there's never any evidence proved to that, but the only reason why I believe that, like why most kids say that, is that because like from how over dramatic she was, that's why I didn't like her. anymore because like she's overly dramatic about everything, overly dramatic. Like she tried putting herself in a position towards everyone. Like she tried painting her parents out as terrible people when like they're not. Like from the story she tells, like she tried to make them like, oh, these people, like my parents are terrible people. She's talking about, oh, I'm definitely moving out as soon as I turn 18, and like she's talking about how she hates her parents and like when like the parents are not even that bad, and it's like usual arguments you would get with your parents. Like she would just make that like make that shit up, and which is another thing that people are gonna argue with. Like, well, that's just how girls are at this age, and blah blah blah, whatever. But the thing is, the reason why I call bullshit on that is that because like if you focus on it so much, like she did, that's not normal to a degree. It isn't. Like there has to be some line with some instance for certain things in life, to like where like to like where to like normal parts of your life. So just like there has to be a line between like where you're behind it to then where you're crossing it. Because like that's problem with normalization in some cases. Like some people normalize certain addictions and stuff, and like that's what's wrong. That's what's wrong with the world today. Some people normalize dumb shit that people should be getting help for. Constant drama for other kids, like I said in like I said. Oh shit, I'm looking. I was looking at this right here. I forgot to cover this, but I covered this already. Constant drama for other kids. Some of it doesn't even involve me. I think I covered that already, but whatever. I have a shitty memory, so like I said, bear with me. Friend has a panic attack. Tried to help and got yelled at for it. Overhearing a teacher. Okay, wait, no, these are two separate. Oh, my bad. Friend has a panic attack. I was in 2 videos with her, 2 of them. And if you've been watching me for two plus years now, you probably know who I'm talking about. I've made her name clearly, and I think and like she's like the only person I've included with 2 plus videos in, because I don't do many vlog videos. But it's overall just it's terrible. So it's awful. It's terrible. Where was I? Sorry, I dozed off. But she has a panic attack. Tried to help and got yelled at by another student. I started asking her like, "Oh, you okay? You okay?" And like someone's starting to like some kids like one girl started yelling at me because she thought I was like trying to antagonize her for some reason. Which like, no, she's not okay. Leave her alone, you asshole. Something along the lines of that. So I went out her to confront her, and then I tried asking her, what the hell is wrong with you? And like I had to ask. The reason I'm asking you is like, what the hell is she talking about? And then the teacher hears me. He's like, "Hey, watch your language." So he's like, "Well, she's making fun of her." Like, well, that's not use that kind of language there, young man. And like she's just like keep in mind that she swears also openly, so she's just overall a hypocrite. And I'm not the only one who thinks that. Some kids I pointed her out for being a hypocrite also, because she does shit that she doesn't want us to do behind our backs, and that she thinks is bad. So she's just very hypocritical. But she had a panic attack, and then I went home crying, and I just had a terrible day that day. I was basically crying the rest of the day for that day, and I just had a terrible day that day. Then also at this time, I was overhearing a teacher saying how she hates kids. Hates kids. I don't know why there's not an S there. Hates kids. Now she doesn't like her job. Now she's a counselor, and she's a very controversial counselor at the middle school. So some kids love her, some kids hate her, and like she's talking about how she doesn't even like kids her age, and how she doesn't even like her job. Like some of the teachers, I like were in the break room, and I overheard her because like I was taking state testing, and there was the room right next to that was, I don't know if I don't know if it was the break room, or wait, no, it was actually her office. But I mean, it's not really important, but like it was her office. Some teachers were laughing at her, talking about how she doesn't like her job, and like they were telling her, like she was telling stories to them, and she's just overall just Like wow, like I can't believe I heard that. And I even went around and told some kids later, like I can't believe she even said that. Like some kids are like, well, oh yeah, that's just how she is. So yeah, like she's pretty controversial. Like some kids love her, some kids hate her. Very controversial counselor. 8th grade. 2 incidents with same friend. Which I guarantee he's gonna watch this video, so I might as well just explain this. First one was with a mouse. So he had a very expensive mouse for no fucking reason. Which I even told him about. I'm like, bro, why do you have a mouse that expensive? He's even one of my mods in my Twitch chat. I mean, some people are gonna find out who he is sooner or later, but I mean, so whatever. I don't care at this point. Because like I said, this is gonna fuck up my high school years for rest of forever. But 2 incidents with same friend. One of them, anyway, one of them was he had a mouse, and like I wanted to go over to talk to him, and like for some reason he wanted me away, and I wanted to sit down with him because I thought he was being joking, like telling me to go away, kind of like with the 5th grade incident at lunch. And he told me just to go away, and then he got other kids to try and pick me up and physically take me out of my seat. So in revenge, since it was a wireless mouse, because like you know how like wireless mouse is like have like chips in them. So I threw away in the garbage can, and I made sure to dig it deep in there. And so a few minutes later, I went back to my seat nonchalant, like act like nothing happened. And then he started panicking, like, oh, what happened to it? And then I went home, all worried, and then I told him, I confessed to him. He's just like, because he thought it was me, which he was right. He was like, bro, what did you do? Did you send my mouse? I'm like, yeah, I threw it away because you're being a dick. He was just like, well, my mom told me that you have to buy me a new mouse, and he told me the reason why he was only so frustrated because it was like $140 mouse, which I even years later I told him, I'm like, bro, why do you need a mouse that expensive? A mouse is a fucking mouse. It doesn't matter. Like some people buy. I'm gonna get off topic real quick. Like some people buy some keyboards because they have nice lights on it. A keyboard is a fucking keyboard. Mics are mics. I mean, well, mics are different, but like a mouse and a keyboard have the same purpose and same use and same physics to it. It doesn't matter. The only thing that's different is the DPI and a mouse. That's it, and some other things I'm not aware of. But a mouse still stays the same purpose. And yeah, just because a keyboard has some lights on it doesn't mean it's like, oh, it's different. No one gives a fuck. Who cares? Like, a keyboard is a fucking keyboard. Anyway. Second incident was, I was in a group chat with him, and he said the N-word. So I screen recorded it, and so the reason why I decided to post it publicly, well, not publicly, it wasn't publicly, but it was like on my private snap, because like from what I was already aware, like he openly, like I was around him already, and he openly said some racial slurs and like racial slurs to his friends and other stuff, and the kids would laugh at that because I already know that these kids were already extremely degenerate. So I guess I underestimated how degenerate these kids were. So some kids actually got mad at him for saying that, and then he told us, well, not us, but like he went out publicly and told him he was gonna kill himself that night, and then he posted a picture of him with a bunch of medicine, which I didn't save, but he was talking about how he might get beaten up and how he might get made fun of, and then some kids were really pissed off at me because he thought he was actually gonna kill himself. And the reason why I posted that is because I thought it was so out of like because like I'm not the only one who does it, because when kids something say something, or just anybody just say something so out of pocket, just so out of the ordinary. Like it's kind of funny. It's just like, what the fuck? Why would you say that? So I found it pretty funny, like stupidly funny, and I thought kids wouldn't care because, like I said, I underestimated some of the degeneracy and some of the immaturity that some of these people had. So some kids got pretty mad at them because I thought they wouldn't. So yeah, so I had to break ties with him. And then I was just another thing. I had to go up to the office and I had to report him and I reported him to to some other people and all that shit. But yeah, that was it with him. So yeah, that's 8th grade so far. Getting made fun of for starting conversations. So like, I'm not gonna get into it specifically, but like, I would get made fun of for starting certain conversations. It's like guys would poke fun of me, like oh wow, you're stupid, you're dumb, and then some kids would poke fun of me. It's just like it just made me feel bad. I'm not getting into it specifically because, like I said, I don't want to drag on this video too long, but like I'm not gonna say like the specific stories and all that stuff. But it's like the major ones I want to focus on, like I said. All right. Anyway, getting spam texted and called even when I'm at home by other kids who are like bothering me or picking on me. So this is a dumb idea, but like I have my phone number publicly. Well, I'm gonna say it's not really a public thing, but like it's on my Schoology profile that's like linked with the school, so like no one else can see it besides the kids who look at my profile because I have my phone number there because if anyone wanted to contact me or anyone wanted to hang out with me, whatever. Because I play with some people online, like people at school, but like I said, probably not anymore because after this video, it's all that's gonna be down the drain. So, oh well. I'm sick of this shit, dude. That's why I'm making this into a video. But like some kids started calling me just intentionally trying to annoy me, and the reason why, well, not some kids, it was like her. This is the girl who kept spam calling me, and just purposely started annoying me. She still does this now. Like, even like one point, she like tried manipulating me, like trying to lean on my shoulder and stuff, and like she just like she was just mean to me all the general and all that other stuff. And I mean, there were some incidents where I made sex jokes with me and her and some stuff. I know some people are gonna say, well, maybe that's why she hates you. And like this is another thing. Like people like girls like her, like they'll play the I'm a woman card and you can't do this because I'm a woman. Because you know, like I thought I was friends with her at the time, and like some other friends because I make friends. Like sometimes I jokingly message my friends, hey, can you just like the other night, like I jokingly messaged my friend, say, hey, can you poop in my soup for extra flavor or something along the lines of that? Like something utterly disgusting. Like some kids will. Like when I make jokes like that towards the girls, because somebody, well, she's a girl, you can't make jokes like that. So kids will screenshot. They're like, well, that's kind of weird to say that to a girl. She's a girl. You can't say that because she's a fucking girl. So stupid. So she would use that shit against me. Some kids think I'm actually creepy because of that. But like, then like I do that to like my guy friends. I mean, she's not one of my friends. Like she's an asshole. But like, she like she thought like I thought I was friends with her, and then like it's like, well, oh, but then it's like if I do that to my male friends, it's fine because you know they're male. But like as soon as like it's the opposite gender, it's like, oh, that's weird. That's how some people in society is, and it's not just these people. Obviously, I know that some people that play the like I'm the woman card, like I'm a woman card, you can't do this card all the time. It's not just that. But yeah, I've had some controversies with her. Launch table controversy, same as 7th grade. Kid pushes me away from being a snitch. Actually, no. This is a typo. So, I had a kid in my tech ed class who threw a ball at my eye, and he ball tapped me. You know, just being dumb. It actually physically hurt me. So I went to the office and reported him. Then I talked it out with my principal. Well, it was a new principal, but because the other principal left, like I said earlier, because it was a new principal. I don't really like him that much, but I'm not gonna get into it because it's not important. But he put like one of the kids pushed me away for being a snitch. He's told me I don't want to be around you. So like he physically pushed me away. So I don't want to be around you. You're being a snitch. Like you snitched on him. So then I went to my mom. I talked to him about it. Then I got one of my other someone that I talked to who looks out for me. He went up to him and said, "Hey, why are you being a dick to William?" And he talked to him about it, and I guess that put him in shape. So he knows who he is. He probably isn't watching this because he doesn't really watch any YouTube. He's mainly focused on music right now. But you know who you are, dude. You're a nice dude. I appreciate it. I appreciate you looking out for me. Getting blocked and messed with multiple times, and this is also something that messes me. Like, some kids will manipulate me into, like, blocking me, into, like, and getting messed with. Like, so some kids will try and manipulate me, say, hey, do this, do that, and, like, so I didn't know kids were either being jokingly or trying to make me do some other stupid shit. So some kids were unblock me, block me, unblock me, block me. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay away from this person. And she's one of the main culprits of this too. Like, she openly admits to me that she does that. And she still talks to me like we're friends. I try to stay away from her. The things I sit by her in chorus class also. Yeah. So ninth grade, we're almost done. Just some honorable mentions. They're almost done. Holy shit! I've been filming for 2 hours. Holy fuck. 2 hours straight of sitting in my chair and just yapping. Alright, ninth grade. Feeling burnout. So this is one thing, like, the main cause of this, ninth grade is current, by the way, obviously. I forgot to put that in there. The reason why I feel burnout, like I said earlier, is that because, like, I have to stay silent because, like in 8th grade, 7th and 6th, like, anytime I pretty much spoke, like, kids would poke fun of me and make fun of me and yell at me and call me names and sometimes even physically assault me. And then it would just get bad. So now I have to stay silent. And like I said, I hate being a quiet person. Like, it makes me feel extremely bad, and I feel terrible, and I feel sad and depressed because of it. And so I would just have to, like, say that. So these two cover the same thing like I just explained. So we're gonna move on to the third one. Forcing to stay quiet throughout the school, which makes me feel mentally unwanted. So same thing as these three. I mean, so all these are three, like, the same, but like these all kind of, like, combined into, like, one big calamity of, like, one large feeling. And yeah, it's all bad. Kids are more annoying. So kids in my school this year don't really care about all that much. Oh wait, no, I was reading the bottom one. High school teachers one. Sorry, my bad. Duh. Fucking dumb. Kids are more annoying. So what I mean by this is that some kids. It's getting dark outside already. Damn. Sorry, got distracted. Kids are more annoying. So, like, specifically, like, my gym class, like, kids were so fucking loud, and like some kids try and start conversations with me, and like some kids would even manipulate me into. So, like, some kids, like, manipulated me, like, try and talk to me, and like some, like I said, like, some of my friends, like, I think these kids are friends. I'm still not sure yet as of now, but like, some kids were trying to ask me stupid questions, like, jokingly, and trying to ask me to say, or trying to get me to do something or say something to use it against me. That's what I think anyway, mostly because that's what it seems like, because they make it pretty obvious, in my opinion. So some kids would use like, hey, William, did you hear? Do you know what a rose toy is? Hey, William, can you, like, stick it in me? Hey, William, can you just say a bunch of random stupid shit, like, to just not actually use that, because, like, and there's one main group that I focus on. That's one main group I reference because, like, they use that, and, like, they pick on people with, I realize, who just have mental handicaps, and they'll, like, use them as, like, for their source of entertainment. Like I said earlier, they'll, like, post it online, and then they'll do this, they'll do that, and they're just overall terrible people. And yeah, it's kids are just more annoying, especially in my gym class. And now this year, what I realized, high school teachers don't really care that much about much at all. Now, I think the main contributors to this, in my opinion, is, like, some teachers are mainly, like, laid back. Like, in my personal opinion, like, some teachers are like, getting so laid back to the point where they do not give a fuck about their job. Like they do not care. Like, some teachers don't want to get involved with anything. Like, some high school teachers don't even like teaching all that much openly. Like, because some teachers, like, I've even had some teachers openly say to classes, like, even to me, like, privately, like, I don't get paid enough to do some of this shit, and, like, to deal with some of this stuff, and like, and they're not alone. There's millions of teachers around the entire the entirety of the United States that feel that way, because like teachers don't get paid enough to deal with so much like with this generation's bullshit. So it's not. It's bad. All right, final part. Honorable mentions. How this video is going to affect my high school years here and out. So the reason why I think this is because some kids get very shitty about any sort of criticism, and like some kids will ask me and like get very hostile about certain things, so like they'll get very transferred. So like like some of these people know who they are and what they're doing already. So they're some of them are more than likely going to watch this video and be like, hey, I know who he's talking. He's talking about me. And then they're going to come up to me, get mad at me, and it's going to start a whole fiasco that's going to be used against me for the next 3 years. So that's why I think that. Why I left my old school, transferred to my old school. So my old school teacher, 3rd grade, she put her hands on me, and she would physically assault me to try and she would throw me my seat like one time, and like she would yell at people, scream at people, and just being a dick in general. But like I don't want to get into it because I'm kind of like getting eager to end this. But like I've been filming for 2 hours, dude. I want to go fucking like make the thumbnail for this video and stuff already. But anyway, but like the reason why I left because like it's because of her, and like my principal at that school would not do anything. And fun fact about that principal at my old school, he got caught drinking on the job, and he also got caught being at the bar during work hours, and that's apparently why he's never there. Because apparently, he ditches the school to tells everybody like, hey, I'm gonna go do some errands, and then those errands are him actually going to the bar and hanging out and not actually fucking doing that. So then the superintendent, which is actually the priest, because, you know, it's a Catholic school, and, like, we have a church that's similar to that. So we have a priest who caught him in the act to, like, try and go and find him. He caught him, and then he was forced to resign. And that also, because he was also stealing money from the school, which is also another main reason why he was forced to resign. So he left, and right now, he works at Home Depot, bro. That's the lowest point in his life. He is a loser right now. For the last few years, he works at fucking Home Depot for $12 an hour. He's a loser, dude. Anyway. Using my parents... Oh, wait, no, I skipped one. Just go cyber. Now, lots of people are going to tell me to just go cyber. And the thing about that is, I've talked about it since 7th grade. Since 7th grade, I've been talking about that. And... In 7th grade, like, I talked to my parents, like, can we find some type of alternative? But they're like, well, we've done so much work for you to get all this help and your IEPs, and my parents don't want to throw that away because, like, my parents will think that I'm no longer, like, a person to any of these people. And, like, my parents don't understand, especially my dad. He doesn't understand, like, I'm not anybody to these people anymore anyway, because, like, I still get used, shit still gets used against me today from years ago, like, when I first came into the school. And, like, so some of that would just, like, it's just terrible. And like, some people told me, well, why try and convince him? I've been trying to convince him for the last 2 years, and I just accepted my defeat that it's not gonna work. So I just fucking just gave up on that. Using advice my parents gave me. Think better. So my dad probably gave me the best piece of advice I've ever had in my entire life. He told me to try and think positive because, like, it will, like, scientifically, like, if you use happy thoughts and, like, thoughts like look forward to stuff, it will boost chemicals in your brain. It will make you feel happier. Which this is another strat that I recommend to use. It's like he told me, like, even, like, for the small things, like, when you get out of bed, like, think of how much excited you're gonna be for breakfast this morning. Think of how much excited you are to be alive today, which that I've been using, which helps. So that's also been helping me, like boost my self-esteem to get through these next 3 years. But yeah, thank you, Dad. It's my dad that gave me that piece of advice. It's not even my dad. He got it from, like, one of his work colleagues. Somebody told me, and he told his colleague, hey, like when my son, like well, he didn't say this, but like he's like, hey, this reminds me of my son, and then that's when he told me that, and that's why he gave me that piece of advice because his coworker was going through tough times like I am as well right now. But yeah, thank you, Dad. All right, final thing. Even things that don't affect me such as volley, so bother me. Seeing other things bad school, so it gives me bad views of everything. What I mean by bad views of everything, like, it still mentally drains me. What the fuck was that? I don't even know why I even opened that. What the hell was that? Even things that don't affect me slash involve me still bother me. Now, the reason why that is like since I've been through so much shit within the last 3 to 4 years, like school wise, it has drained me mentally. Seeing other stuff happen to other people just makes me feel terrible also. And that's mainly it. Like recently, like we had a kid, like I had 2 kids openly get in a fight over a game of football because and like he got suspended because of it because he started the fight over simply because he didn't throw the ball to the other person or something along the lines of that. I don't exactly remember, but like seeing shit like that, like it's gotten so bad, like it makes me feel bad. Like I don't even show any emotion to it anymore. So since I've been through the same like outcome of things so many times, like I just stood there and watched the fight, like that's how bad it's getting. And like my therapist, she's watching this right now. I already know. She also told me that because since I take antidepressants, like that can also be a thing of that as well. Which obviously I'm not getting into why I take them. I mean I do take them mainly because of school because it mentally drains me. But I also realize that when I'm outside of school, I feel much better as a person. Like I feel a lot happier. I feel more free as a person. But yeah, I'm not the only one that thinks that. Also, like some people say, school's like fucking prison. Like like they're not wrong. they're not wrong. But even things that don't affect me slash involve me still bother me, and like seeing bad things at school gives me bad views of everything, and like seeing that just makes me feel sad, and like having to stay quiet also like it just adds like extra weight on my back. It's like where it just makes me feel bad. Like everything about it is bad. Even like the minor things still bad. Like seeing kids talk about drama, overhearing it is bad. Like even the things that don't involve me still affect me now. That's it. Holy shit, dude! I've been recording for almost 2 hours. Thank you guys for watching. I honestly hope that this video like reaches like a new audience of people, and like this video can possibly even go viral. I'm hoping. But like, I want this video to like reach a new audience of people and possibly millions of people across the internet, and possibly even make this go viral on news media. Like that's my biggest hope, which is probably not gonna happen. But I would just make this because I figure like knowing the stuff that I do already, like I figure this would make a really good YouTube video, and this would relate to lots of people, and some people would actually like listen to me about my problems, and because some people like talking about the subject about school problems and stuff, because it's a very controversial one about like how schools drain our mental health and all that. So like that's been an existing subject for decades now. But yeah, it's not. That's why I figured I would just make this video, because I figured it would make a good video. And I figured I would come out about my problems publicly. So I figured it would just be a good idea, which I'm hoping it is. Which it's probably gonna screw me over. Like some people are gonna watch this and be like, "Wow, I can't believe you referenced me like that and all that stuff." But whatever. I don't feel like talking anymore. Join my Discord, follow my Twitter, follow my Instagram, follow my TikTok. Usually I would do my usual outro. But other than that, that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please, I usually don't say this. Please share this video to other people that you know, because I would like for this video to like reach new audience of certain people. I would like to, and I overall want this video to reach a certain perspective of new people, and like just So I don't usually say this, but share the video to as many people as you can. Like fucking go to every contact on your phone and share this video with them, okay? Please. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Other than that, that's pretty much what I have to say. See you later.